Yes, my people, welcome back to Tenacious Trading Group. So I'm just going to go over today's potential trades. I'll be completely honest, there wasn't much that was going on gold and also NQ, but let's just get through it. So this is my most recent zone, and I mean you could, like, if you're really fussy, technically you could say this is not a valid zone based off this wick here, but that's if you're really fussy. Um, but for now we'll use it, and within this zone we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and potentially 5. And if you draw a fill from this low to this high, you can see that we tapped the 618. Obviously, we've had our market structure break here. And obviously, we've swept. We've had our area of interest, last down up movement, down up. So potentially you could call this your SNDR. Supply and demand are responsible for causing this market structure break. We've tapped into it. So obviously, let me just change this one to the classic. You could enter based off the limit, stop below this, stop at our protected low. Obviously, first take profit at a 1-to-1, and also second take profit at a 1-to-6. So in terms of this, there was nothing wrong with it. Price was bullish based off our 5-minute time frame, based off our SMA. If you go on our 1 hour chart, which is a higher time frame, you can also see that price is also bullish, because the last place it came from was this bullish zone. We had SBS, whether you use the black one or you use the green one, they both still work the same. So all you're doing is technically just trading the continuation from your 1 hour time frame. So yeah, so we're gonna go back to our 5-minute. Me looking for longs would have just made a lot of sense. So if I just let price play out, okay, so price pushes, you get your 1-to-1 now, and then obviously is either you take out partials, either taking out all your profits, you'd have taken out some partials and potentially moved your stop to break even, but instantly price comes back and takes you out, and we end up doing what? Taking out this zone protected low. However, depending on what you was doing, it could have either been a winner for you, it could have either been a break even, it could have either been where you took some partials, or it was a loss because potentially was aiming for your number 3. And if I just close this out, we can see that price has barely really moved overall. But in terms of this area here, the first question will always be, was it a valid zone or was it not? But then when you go to a higher time frame, such as the 15, we can see that it's not. So there's always a chance that this will be the sweep, where this is your 1, this is your 2, this is your 3, and then this is the sweep for 4 and 5. And then you'll start to look for something. Once you have a sweep, we potentially tap into something, and so that's it. There wasn't much going on in terms of what gold was doing. And yeah, let's go over to NQ. Okay, so this is what NQ looked like today, and if you just go on our 1 hour chart, see what's going on, we can see that price is bullish based off our SMAs. We've clearly come from this zone here, and you can say that price is just potentially trying to pull back, potentially trying to tap into this area here, which is the SNDR. We might want to tap into this area of supply and demand. We might want to tap into this area, and we might even want to tap into this wick fractal or fractal, whatever you call it, right there. It really depends, but we can see that potentially price is in the pullback leg, but overall we are bullish. So when I go down to my 5-minute time frame, we can see that we was making higher highs and higher lows, and then eventually we had that flip where we took out this high, this low got taken out, this low got taken out. So and I know that this is my new zone, and if I just let price play out, so let me change it to the 50% one. Okay, so perfect. So in terms of SPS, it really depends on how you want to draw it, but this could be your 1, this candle there, this could be your 2, this could be your 3. Also price sweeps 4, 5. I mean, you could always use this as your 1 as well, this as your 2, this as your 3, and it's still the same. Price still sweeps. So it just really depends on what you wanted to use as your 1 and what you wanted to use as your 2. But you guys can clearly see that price had swept. And I mean, it's not the best area of interest, but we do have a wick fractal. So there's always a chance that price might tap into that, give us some sort of reaction, and then from there price will continue lower. So in this case, price also mitigate at least the 50%. So you know that price is cheap enough for me to look for sells, and potentially you'd have taken it from there. You get your 1-to-1, and just since then, if I just close out, we can see that price hasn't done much. So in terms of today just was not, there wasn't much going on. Again, if you didn't take a trade, I don't blame you, but that's it really for today. Like, this is not A star, this is not that great, but if I was to now look for a trade again, then essentially it will be like that. And now this will be my 1, this will be my 2, this will be my 3, wait for sweep 4, 5, and then I might potentially start looking for a trade that's going to help me take this trade lower, or we're going to disrespect this protected high and start pushing higher. But overall, when we go back to our 1 hour time frame, we can see that price is overall bullish. So the better setups will be for me to look for longs. That's it for today. Again, like, there wasn't much going on. We don't have control of that, but it is what it is. But always remember, guys, that victory belongs to the most tenacious, and I'll see you guys back on Monday. Peace. Have a good night.